You
Hey,
there?
oh my God, here we are. It's like Facebook Live. Are you there? Can you see me?
I'm here. I'm here in my Highland Park garage in a deluge of rain with Octomom. We're all good.
With Octomom. I know that's scarring for me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, test today. I knew you would want one since we're here in LA. And
So
in case it's too bad, I've got my bodyboard and I can just surf out of here if there's an emergency. So it's good.
yeah, yeah. Is it raining that much?
Ah,
Oh, dude, she totally froze. Oh, there you are. Wait, is it raining that much?
I'm back.
You're back.
It's raining a lot. It's raining a lot. I mean, it's leaking in my garage. So it's raining a little bit here. I mean, for LA. I mean, it's not probably Portland standards, of course.
But like I told you, it's like LA here today. It's super sunny. Booker's
Looking for
looking at
you.
me like, "Can we go for a walk now? Like, why are you going into the room? Like, let's go hang out outside because it's sunny and nice." So,
Well,
I've go ahead.
I said you should.
I will after this. So, I feel like I should let you know something super important. Today, I gave you an Emmy. You're welcome. I
Oh, thank
was
you.
telling somebody that I was interviewing you for the podcast, and I'm like, well, an Emmy Award winner doesn't get on the show very often. And then I was like, oh wait, Emmy nominated,
Wait, I'm nominated, but I am twice nominated.
twice
So
nominated. So do you want to
twice
talk about
nominated.
what you were nominated for? Writer and producer, Senta Scarborough.
Sure. I mean, I was a senior investigative reporter for E News for about 3.5 years, and so I was nominated for overall coverage one year, and then I was also nominated for a special we did for Joan Rivers when she passed away, and I led all of the news gathering coverage for that special. So we were nominated for that. It meant a lot to us at E because obviously Joan Rivers is an icon of E, fashion police. So it was a very emotional time for everybody. Many people knew her very well. I had ridden the elevator with her at least once. So, and I know her nephew very well. We're good friends. And so it was something that was really tough for us to get through. So it was one of those times in the newsroom where it's not just you're covering a story, it's something that you're covering that means a lot to everyone. And you also understand that it's, one of the great women comedians of our time, someone who broke barriers for us.
Yeah.
So, and a lot. So, of both of my nominations, that one means the most by far.
Oh wow. What else were you nominated for?
Well, the program itself for our news
Oh,
coverage.
okay.
So, you can all the different entertainment news shows compete for the nominations, and so we were nominated for our coverage for the year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Joan Rivers is awesome. I take quotes from her every once in a while and put them on my Facebook because I think that she just had so many cool things to say. And then, yeah, later on, she became more of like an icon and in fashion and things like that, which is good for E. But as a female comedian, I always thought maybe she could take over like the Tonight Show or something. Like I thought that she was just that good. Um,
She
you know.
started out writing jokes for some, maybe I think it might have been the Tonight Show. She was one of the first that actually got like her show her jokes on. I'm trying to think. There was some it was I there was a little anecdote about her about like like how she first broke into it, but it was writing jokes for other comedians and she just was like fierce. I mean, when they in her apartment she had like just huge like binders like kind of big, I don't know how like I guess
Like
like office kind of shelves kind of thing, just full of. I mean, she saved every one of her jokes on these like little cards.
so like
So like
binders
every
full of women.
which is yeah, but it's binder full of funny as shit women. Yeah, like so. It was really amazing to see that somebody who'd worked that hard, and fought so hard, and wanted to do it her way, and she was great. She was really
Yeah.
great.
No, that's awesome. It's like I've always so we've been friends for like 20 years. So it's always been fun like getting all of
Kidding me, man. Chill.
Wait, what?
Dude, 20, that's a long time.
I
Long
mean,
time.
it's kind of awkward cuz I'm like 22, but
Well, so we met when we were one. It's awesome.
Yeah, but I've always loved all of your stories, and one of the reasons that we're having you on the show is to talk about storytelling and about how important the stories that we tell are. And that's why we're doing this little teaser. We're not actually doing the whole show here on Facebook because, neither one of us really do Facebook Lives very often.
Because they'll break privacy and steal everything. So, sorry, Facebook, but, we got to keep it to ourselves a little bit. So.
Well, yeah, because if we don't, who's going to listen? But it is a good opportunity if people are watching to give us questions. Like if you could ask an Emmy-nominated writer anything, what would you ask her? I mean, I'm putting it out there so you can leave us some comments or reactions, and then we can see if we can fit it into the show. We did, because Senta is a reporter, have to have prepared questions, and it had to pass, all of the muster, because we do that here at the Third Paddle, especially when dealing with such a big name like Senta Scarborough.
Big name, yes.
Emmy-nominated journalist and screenwriter. Yeah, but you weren't nominated for screenwriting, but you did go.
I love my shirt today for UCR for where I got my MFA in screenwriting, so that's kind of a little shout out to the old alum. So exactly.
So I guess we're going to have to save a lot for the interview, but do you want to share just a quick story about anything?
About anything? Well, when it comes to storytelling, I think that it's just important for everybody to know that we're all storytellers, that what we do every day is share information about ourselves. So we're always constantly kind of creating our own narrative. And for me, I think some of my favorite stories are ones when I was a kid, growing up, looking back when I was young. And something that most people don't know is that when I was a little kid, I fell in love with movies. And I guess one of the movies that I loved the most was Benji, which is not that surprising if you know me. And
that was my favorite too.
It's a good movie. But, I love dogs. My dogs are like my kids. And so my oldest friend, Glenn, who I'm still in touch with, I saw him just about a month ago. We would come home every day from school and we would run and we would write a Benji 2, so we would come home and we would sit down, write out our script, what we thought would be next in the story, and then we would go act it out. And so Benji 2, I guess, is my first screenplay I ever wrote. So it's pretty cool, and I think it's good for people to kind of go back in their lives and think about the stories they tell themselves and the stories that really have meaning for them. And that one's one that I'll always share because I can remember, being 8, 9 years old and working with my oldest friend on the planet, on something as iconic as Benji. So it's pretty cool.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. And it's so funny that in all this time we've been friends, we never got to the I love Benji moment.
Benji's the best. You gotta love Benji.
I know. I'm always shocked when I say I loved Benji and they're like, what? What's that? And people our age, there's no excuse for that. I'm sorry.
It's true. It's oh Yella, those were the classics. I look at all the movies today that are about dogs, and there's so many good ones now actually. But we had them too. We just had stories like Oh Yella, and we had Benji and things like that. So I think there's something about our relationship with animals and how we love them and how they love us unconditionally in a way that you just can't really get from other relationships. And it's something universal, so it's pretty cool.
Wow. I think that's so true. I think that we better stop talking because otherwise we're not going to have anything left to talk about on the show. So Senta Scarborough is going to be on Third Paddle Podcast in about 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to keep talking about storytelling and the stories we tell and the importance of stories in our lives. And so you'll want to check that out, thirdpaddle.com. And that's the end of this Facebook Live.